Welcome to Mint Customs.
A year ago, the old man fell in love with a fuel tank.
Other people's houses.
Yeah, I'm a bit funny about other people's houses.
I'm well funny about that. People bring around like, oh, I've done a lovely spag bog or a nice goulash or whatever. That's something like that.
He liked it so much, he designed a whole motorcycle around it. A lot has changed over the last year, but just about the only thing that hasn't changed is the state of this Honda TT Racer. It's been sat in the corner of the workshop gathering dust. The old man has started and finished quite a number of motorcycles in the time this TT Racer sat feeling sorry for itself.
Have you got a bucket and a bit of string?
Fast forward a whole year and let's get an update and see what's going on with this motorcycle.
Front eggs back from Craig's.
The tide is out, is it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean for the tide to be out.
Oh. Right, what do you want to know, Sam?
Well, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Welcome back to Mint Customs the series. This is the story of the Honda TT Racer.
I found the frame on an auction site, a well-known one. It turned out to be a little bit more special than I thought it was, because the swing arm was braced, at the bottom brace on the swing arm. There was some gusseting added to the frame itself.
Yeah, finish your biscuit, Dad.
I did a little research,
Come on, we're all waiting to hear what you've got to say.
and it turns out it was built by another company.
Dad, you alright, mate?
Don't know where that saying it was.
I can hear the gears going round in his head.
I think was Saxon Engineering. Saxon Engineering, I think. But it was cool frame. So I cut it in half. It was all the fact that we had this really, really cool tank, and it was on the shelf for like years, and I was like, I've got to build something out of that tank. It was all a complete bitzer. Stuff that we had laying about in the workshop.
We have quite a lot of history with building Hondas, going way back over 15 years ago when we used to build Honda CB500s and Honda Hornets and go out and win races. And a lot more recently building a nifty little Honda CM125.
It's alright, isn't it?
It's alright, as Hot Rod Tom would say.
Literally, that has been born out of shit we had in the workshop. Wheels, the forks were some old Hornet race forks. Stuff, I've got an old master cylinder, I've got this, that and the other. I had to buy a few new things. All the wheel bearings, head race bearings and ancillary stuff when we do a build anyway. That's all new, but literally built out of nothing.
One man's shit is another man's treasure. This Honda's coming together nicely.
And then there's some special things that you've made, like the airbox and the intake system.
Yeah, well, I mean, prior to that was the fact that we managed to squeeze or cut and shut this CBR 600 engine into a CB 750 frame. I couldn't get an airbox on, yet alone get the carbs on, so I had to change all the inlet rubbers, get some 600 Hornet carbs, which gave us a little bit more of a flat angle to come out. They've got to run on airbox C-Sings. You can't run pod filters on these carbs, they just don't want to run. So I had to get my head round how I was going to build an airbox, a bespoke airbox.
there's a lot of other builds going on. So
Loads of other stuff going on, but until the phone call from Bike Shed saying, you know, you put the bike in this year, so it was the only thing that we had sort of shed worthy was this thing, and it's good because it was built out of stuff in your shed, stuff that I had in my shed. Hot Rod Tom walked in, and I said, I need some silicone hose or some elbows, and he said, well, I've got some exhaust tubes, stainless exhaust tubes, so it'll probably be that bore. So it was like, go get them. And then Tom dragged his swaging machine out, and we swaged it all up, and he's actually built a filter into the bottom of the airbox as well.
And then how long have we got?
Well, I'm panicking now. I haven't got any wheels. My wheels went off the powder coat, and there was a problem with the blasting. And it was only this morning I got the forks and the yokes back from powder coat. So I've managed to get that built up. But I'm panicking now. I know I've got weeks. You say I've got 4 or 5 weeks till the show, but that's nothing in bike building terms. That's nothing.
I shouldn't have to do this. Why have I got to do this? That's what I've got you for.
And in the meantime, while that was away for paint and powder coat, I started building another Harley. Just saying.
Where's Sam?
Hey mate.
Alright.
This Honda CB 750 CBR 600 600 Hornet, let's just call it the Honda TT Racer, as the whole style and inspiration of this bike comes from the Honda and Yamaha TT Racers and Grand Prix bikes from back in the day. This Honda will have some really cool high-end performance parts. I think it will do quite well as a track day weapon, or it could even be entered into a lot of wacky club racing classes, and it will definitely turn heads as a road bike. Yes, this bike will be road legal.
Get it done.
We have a week until the Bike Shed show. The TT Racer is top priority.
Wanted so much more than that. But you wanted so much more than that.
The frame is now the classic Mint Customs white. We have Marazaki twin shocks in the rear, Marazaki front fork internals, huge Brembo brakes with Superbike discs.
I've been slummed with the wiring.
You volunteered.
Per you, I did.
Don't fall for that.
We have left the CBR 600 engine standard. It will need some dyno work and setting up, but after the show. All we're waiting on now is the satin red and black paint job and graphics kit, which apparently is on the way.
It's alive.
But you wanted so much more than that. But you wanted so much more than that.
I guess the big question is, will it fit in at the Bike Shed bike show? This show is an international bike show. It's a big deal. Probably our biggest show and biggest event we're going to do for the whole of this year.
And that sort of hit home when we were unloading the bike, and there were vans there from Italy. The people had flown in from China, from India. We met some cool people from India, a bike builder over there, and some YouTubers.
This is the 10th edition of the Bike Shed show at the Tobacco Docks in London.
So I had a mild panic about the fact that what we'd built wasn't actually good enough for the Bike Shed show, because we'd built it out of scrap that we had in the workshop. Basically an old CBR 600 engine and a couple of wheels, and an old CB 750 frame that was hanging up. But I don't think I don't think we shamed ourselves at all, because watching Sam push the bike through all the other bikes to get to the bit where we were put, actually looking at our bike compared to the other stuff in there, it looked amazing. And
I think we did really well.
we did do really well, considering what it was built from and the cost to build it. Well, everybody expected a Harley, and we rolled in with a 3/4 Honda, half Yamaha thing. And they're like, oh, well, I thought it'd be a Harley. And the bike shed crew and the bike shed show, anyway, all the bike shed crew, Vicky and Dutch and Ross, they're amazing, absolutely amazing. And what they do over that weekend, they didn't stop. I mean, I'm thanking them for being amazing people and putting on an amazing show.
So there's one more thing left to do.
Yes,
We've got to ride it.
I've got to ride it. Why do I always have to ride this? Why can't somebody else ride it?
I wrote this song for all my no-good friends who's just getting by, just like me.
We should employ a Dave or a stuntman, yeah, the same bloke that tests bulletproof vests.
So the Bike Shed show is around the corner.
Action! Action!
Action!
You're building something moose. What's Moose building?
Oh, the pressure.
I'll test it, mate. Bulletproof vest.
I'm just as empty as I am poor, so I'm running on fuel. I'm running on fuel. It's all I can do to get up and make it through. Coffee in the morning, whiskey in the evening, cigarettes all day long. I'm running low on faith and lower on pride. I'm out of love, but I still gotta drive. I feel like a fool, but it's all I can do. Running on fuel.